Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. We all know that conspiracies surrounding the death of rapper Tupac Shakur have plagued the hip-hop community for decades, but now, the iconic artist's final words have now been revealed in the trial for his murder. This development has been unveiled following the arrest of a man named Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a member of the South Side Compton Crips, who was arrested in connection with the murder of Tupac. The hip-hop legend was fatally shot on 7 September 1996, at the age of 25, in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. No one has ever been arrested in connection to Shakur's death in the 27 years since the music legend passed, until now. On the early morning of Friday 29th of September, a man named Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a member of the South Side Compton Crips, was arrested. The charge he faced was not initially made publicly available, however an update has revealed Davis has been indicted by a grand jury for one count of murder with a deadly weapon, Clark County prosecutor Mark DiGiacomo said in court. Shakur, considered by many as one of the most influential rappers of all time, was inside a BMW car driven by Death Row Records' Marion Suge Knight when he was shot multiple times. The car was waiting by a red light when a white Cadillac pulled up next to it. Davis was inside the Cadillac, a fact he publicly admitted himself in an interview for a BET show. Prior to the shooting, a casino brawl had taken place earlier in the evening involving Shakur and several others. Shakur was rushed to hospital but died a week later as a result of his injuries. A grand jury was held in September and decided there was enough evidence to charge Keefe D. with Shakur's murder. Keefe's attorney confirmed that Davis intended to plead not guilty. And now, a jury has heard details about that night in Las Vegas, Nevada on September 7, 1996. A man commonly referred to as Idi Amin but whose real name is Malcolm Greenidge, and who was a member of the rap group Outlaws alongside Shakur, has revealed the details of Tupac's last words after the shooting. Malcolm Greenidge told the jury that after the shooting, Shakur told him to get down as he was afraid he would be shot by police, court documents have shown. In explaining the circumstances, Greenidge said that after Shakur was shot while riding with Death Row label boss Suge Knight, he rushed to the passenger side of the fateful car. Greenidge had witnessed the shooting as he was in the car driving behind Knight and Shakur. "I asked him if he was okay, how he's doing, I was trying to see what condition he was in," Greenidge recalled. Malcolm continues to say Tupac told him to get onto the ground to avoid being shot. "Get on the ground. They're going to shoot you," Shakur warned. Malcolm Greenidge said that he initially did not notice anyone, but when he turned around, he saw a police officer pointing a gun at him. He then added that the officer told him to get on the ground else he would shoot him. Prosecutors asked Greenidge what he did in that moment, to which he told them he complied with the officer's instructions and got on the ground. Malcolm further stated that he and other members of his entourage were then detained by the police officers. He was with other members of the Outlaws group Qadri Castro Cox, Tupac's cousin Yafu Fula, who was also known as Yaki Gaddafi, and a security guard named Frank. Malcolm Greenidge further details that Suge Knight was repeatedly urging paramedics to check on Tupac's well-being as he was not moving much and seemingly appeared calm. Greenidge also detailed the moments before the shooting to the jurors. "We were on our way to Club 662 and Shakur together with Knight were in the car in front of us," he said. "We approached the light and some women drove up on the passenger side. Mr. Shakur began talking to the women. We couldn't really hear what he was saying, but we assumed he was probably inviting them to the club. After the ladies pulled off, another car pulled up beside Mr. Shakur and Mr. Knight, and an arm came out of the back window and began shooting," he said. Meanwhile, Pinkett Smith broke down in tears, saying she regretted her final words to Tupac. Before his untimely passing, Tupac Shakur had a close relationship with Pinkett Smith, who both attended Maryland's Baltimore School for the Arts in the 1980s. While Pinkett Smith has long insisted that their relationship was never physical, she recently shared that Tupac once proposed to her. In an interview on Steve Bartlett's podcast to promote her upcoming memoir Worthy, Pinkett Smith read out part of the letter Shakur had earlier written to her from prison. After deep reflection and spiritual awakening, I have come to realize the friend, love and soulmate was there all the time. The letter read in part. I have not seen or felt from anyone the intensity and loyalty that you have shown me. That is why I want to commit myself to you. I want to marry you, the letter added. However, Jada went on to decline his offer, but they still remained good friends. Despite their close friendship, Pinkett Smith and Shakur had an argument in the months running up to the shooting over the way the rapper was acting following his release from prison. Recalling their fallout after being handed an old photograph of her, Shakur and their late friend Maxine, who took her own life around the time the rapper died, Pinkett Smith explained, "It was one of the biggest fights we ever had, and it was about how he had been living, you know. I really at that time had to let him know my position, that I just felt like where he was sitting with everything was just, it wasn't going to end up well. We had a magnanimous, it was just beyond the two of us, just at each other." The actress said that she was usually the one to call him to make amends after they'd fallen out, but this time decided to wait for him to reach out to her. "I really dug my heels in the ground. I let my pride and I let my ego come in," she recalled. "I really took for granted that he would be living forever, for he had already survived so much. I looked at Pac as being invincible at this point. That was the last time I spoke to him, and you know what's crazy? It meant absolutely nothing," Jada concluded. Now, for all of us who have been waiting to have and analyze the contents of the federal government's reply to R. Kelly's Illinois appeal brief, we'll now have to wait because the government was granted another 1-month extension. This development means that she'll have to wait till the 31st of October 2023 and the reply brief by the appellant, if any, by November 21, 2023. This is according to the United States Court of Appeal, Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division, the Court of Appeal for the 7th Circuit. As we continue to witness more new developments occurring during R. Kelly's appeal proceedings, we can just stay optimistic that this time this relevant truth will be put into consideration. We believe R. Kelly and his legal team will be able to outline all the injustices, misinterpretations of the law, cases of lying and witness tampering that have marred all R. Kelly's legal proceedings, and that the law, truth and justice will this time along prevail. It has been a long wait, and we can't wait any longer to see R. Kelly regain his deserved freedom. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.